Markets have been chaos, tariff bombs, random gap ups, gap down, and weeks of nothing. And I didn't trade for months. No revenge trading, no forcing at all. Until my setup came up. Old charts, but recent volatility. I'm going to show you two trades. And guess what? I hit stop loss in one, but a target in another. The net result, overall, still profitable. How? Let me show you exactly what patience looks like through this video. Watch the whole video to get the knowledge.
You make me feel so crazy, still in love with you. You make me feel amazing when
Hello guys, my name is Apurva. I'm a full-time swing trader in Indian stock markets. I've recently cleared my NISM examination and submitted the documents BSc and SEBI. About a month I will get updates from them and I will ping you guys on my Telegram. So make sure you have joined my Telegram. Link is in the description box and comment section. Author of the book Trading is an Emotion. The book is on psychology and it is available on Amazon. This video will revolve around very important thing that is known as win size. Now win size also includes things like risk management, risk reward ratio, and trade management. All these three things combine together to give you win size. Being a swing trader, you can do all these things in a span of days, weeks, and sometimes months. Get that peace in swing trading. First of all, let's begin with the stock number one. Okay, now these are old charts first of all, and these are old trades. And I've already booked these trades to the monthly time frame of this one. So you guys can see how the stock, this is the IPO day of this particular stock. So it starts moving towards the downside first, right? A lower low creation. Then it goes towards the higher side, right? A higher high creation. So whenever a stock is creating a lower low and a higher high, that means confusion. When it comes back down, you need to understand it should be making a higher low. If it has created a higher high, it should be creating a higher low. Is it creating a higher low? How we can identify? Only after it is giving you a base formation and not going below that base. So can we say that this is the current base at this area? Yes, we can say that. Let's go to the weekly time frame now. So monthly time frame mostly, so I check monthly time frame mostly in order to get an idea of the market structure. And see, market structure does not mean just skimming out the stock here and there. No, you need to go in depth. Observation number two. You can see how the stock is making this base right here, and then it created a higher base at this area, right? Then something happened that triggered my entry. What? Remember that this green zone is the monthly zone. Watch carefully. It started moving towards the downside, solid red candle here. What will be the impulse of all the buyers at this area, all the buyers at these areas or at this particular area? If they picked the stock at this particular area, means wrong entry. Now these guys will be at least 20 to 25% in drawdown. Well, they can just simply sit and gamble out, okay, which is completely wrong. If you do not have a risk reward ratio, a management system, that's completely gambling. That is not trading. What is trading? Trading happens only when you know where to enter and where to exit and what is the criteria behind it. The most important thing is the logic says many people will exit here, and the big institutional players, if they want to, they can create their positions at this area with a green candle, again a green candle, red candle. Now stop at this area. Why this red candle came exactly at this point? For a counter trend line from the top, you will be able to make that with the red line. Now the chart looks something like this. Now I do not trade on the basis of VIX. If you see VIX, they are literally telling you traps and nothing else in the market. Goes below, comes back up, okay? Takes out a lot of people who bought the stock at this area, made them exit the stock, new positions are made, because it is always better to go with the closing. And once you open the line chart, everything looks pretty smooth. Higher lows, very simple price action. After creating a lower low and a higher high, market started creating higher low at this area. Yes, you can argue it was also creating lower highs, but the most important thing was the market structure of higher lows. If the market was making lower high with lower lows, I would not be interested in this particular chart, but I was interested because it was making higher lows. And the most important part came on the weekly time frame when the structure gave a solid breakdown and only to came back up. Now, once this trap was created in the markets came back to these areas, and see how beautifully the markets captured this momentum. It got rejected at exact this level, exact this counter trend line. And being a trend line trader myself is the most important criteria for me. Now, I make multiple trend lines in order to see multi patterns. So right here, if you see, again there is a trend line. I'm going to make that with white and the dash formation along with this type of price action. So this is a broadening pattern, you can say, or the price is making higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low, and then again it is making higher high. Many people can argue here that it should be making a lower low, but that was happening until the stock was not breaking this channel. Now it has broken out of that particular channel. That makes all the difference basically. Now I went to the daily time frame, and that is where the entry is being established. First of all, going with the initial quantities. Now I never enter with the full quantity. Why? Because the markets are volatile. Trump's tariff was coming. When I took this particular trade, every single day there was some Trump tariff news. So a lot of volatility in the market, and overall the Nifty was extremely sideways. The VIX was spiking at some period, and then again it was coming back down. It is always good to go with a bigger stop loss, smaller risk to reward ratio, and enter into the trade at least initially. Now, I'm not saying that this is an ideal situation right now, no, but we will make it ideal. Now I will tell you how I made this situation ideal. Three things can happen. Stop loss, okay, I made a small loss. Second thing is, it starts consolidating at this area and give me some more bullish signs so that I can lower the stop loss, add some more quantity, and keep a better risk to reward ratio and focus on the win size. Third situation, it starts moving towards the higher side, gives me the target, no issues, I will take the profit. So it's a win-win situation for you. Once you understand this thing, you will be able to become a profitable trader, believe me. By the way guys, if you have not followed me yet, make sure you subscribe this channel right now. Moving forward, let me show you what happened. Initially the market started moving towards the downside, gave you a wick rejection, moves towards the higher side, gave you a wick rejection. So this is confusing now. Again, it gapped down, then went up, and strong rejection. Again, it was completely sideways. And then there was a huge gap down, and then the market showed you a solid rejection at this area. Now, can we make a price action at this area? That is my first question. And yes, we can make a price action at this area. That is a trend line price action. See how I'm making it with the closing of the candles only. I do not use the wick, because at this area, when I saw the market is giving me a good entry again at this area, I entered some more position exactly at this point. That was my initial entry, and then I added more to this particular area. That made my overall trade worth it, but with one condition, that I was keeping a stop loss now below this pin bar. Reason being that if the markets break this smaller trend, first of all, very high chances that it will start moving towards this area. Why this area? Because this is the exact block from where the market started its upside momentum and created a higher high. And also you guys can see this is the red line. That means it can always touch the retest line. Now how far is that red line from my initial entry? It is almost 16%. So the initial quantity is good to go, but if I'm adding more quantity here, that makes my average position somewhere around 220 to 222, somewhere around that area, and that was my average from the 2.5 lakhs that I have deployed overall. Okay, it was a lot. So 2.5 lakh with a 7% risk right here, that seemed good to me. I can risk that much in this particular trade. And marking out the weekly resistance, closing basis, weekly resistance on the basis of the wick. Coming back to the daily time frame, this is how trade management is done. And now I want my trade to give me at least 1:1.8, because that is the first resistance, and the 1:2 is coming about this particular area. This is the exact area where my profit went above 40k, and I was sitting very calmly. But the other trade that I'm going to show you, I was in loss already at this particular area. It got a solid rejection, but my 1:2 was completed. Now I did one very big mistake. I was still sitting in this stock because I thought that if it can reach this area, it can definitely touch out the wick, and I wanted to see that the same wick formation or something like this of a price action at this particular area. And this is where things gets bad in trading. Whenever you start predicting that this is what I want from the market will never give you that. Okay, at least not in the time frame that you want the markets to give those results in. Like I wanted it in this manner. Maybe the markets will move down to these areas, consolidate, and then give. Then what I will do, a lot of trade management can be done in this particular area. I might just exit some of it, or might exit at break even also, and then I sit in the FOMO trades. Telling this from my pure experience, that whenever you see that your 1:2 is done, either book some of the quantity or keep the first target as your last target, and 1:2 trade done. First that can happen, the stock came back to 0 PNL. So I was seeing almost 50k, because I guess it touched 49 or something, 50k profit here, and then suddenly it starts moving down. So I was waiting patiently, and it was almost 0 here. And then the next day, a very beautiful candle of 13%, and then after that I exited my stock on this particular candle. So that is how I exited the stock. Now I'm not going to wait and see and predict the markets go higher or anything, because already I predicted this movement, but that is not going to happen, because if you're predicting the markets, that will never happen. Now this is the exact trade management that I've done previously in many of my swing trades. You guys can check my whole channel, check the verified PNLs that I've shared in the past as well. While I was filtering out my strategies, I've already shared a filtering method on my YouTube channel. You guys can check that. Very simple method, just a 3% mark. If the stock is above 3%, I add all of them in a particular list. And then I have strategies, I have setups that I've created, and I go through all these lists. Maybe the list, sometimes the weekly time frame gives me like 600, 700 stocks. So what I will do, I will go through them manually. It takes hardly 1 hour. Definitely, if you are a beginner, it will take a lot more time, like 3 hours, 4 hours. Give that time on the weekends. If you cannot do that, then that is the bare minimum. Moving to this area, this is again a solid counter trend line breakout trade. But the only issue here was, now again, if you check this one on the monthly time frame, the same higher high, higher low, higher high, and when the markets were moving down, many people exiting at the breakdown of this simple area, but they do not understand that this is not the area where the market created their higher. See, now, how you can identify a market structure shift? See guys, this is the area where definitely I can say the market gave a higher high. But is this the area where the market gave a higher high? No, they did not. So remove this. So their power, this area, the power of this area is extremely low. The power of this area is relatively this low, relatively. The power of this low relatively is higher than this low. Okay, first of all, and then the power of this low. Let's see what happened exactly at this closing low. So market created a high, then created a area, the node, you can say, okay, and then created a higher high, right? So right here, if you see that this particular low versus this particular low, okay, so this low is only creating a higher high, nothing else, but this low has created a previous higher high of the overall market structure, coming back to this exact area only to push back later to a higher high. So this is a better low than this low. So whenever the market is going to change its structure, if it moves below this low, then only I'm going to be bearish in it, but there is no point. Bearish means I'm going to skip the stock, right? Now go to the weekly time frame. Even after this strong breakdown and consolidation, this is, for me, this structure is amazing. This structure is perfect, giving out a breakout here. And now there are more confluences here like this mother candle. So there is a huge mother candle here, and inside that mother candle there is 1, 2, 3 inside bars, weak, and then a weekly breakout. But this weekly candle's breakout is extremely high. Now if you see, if I keep a stop loss just below or inside the counter trend line, it is coming out to be 20 to 25%. So it's a waste of money, nothing else, because after moving that much, 25 to 30%, definitely there will be some retracement. So I was waiting for the retracement, but definitely the stock gave some 6-7% momentum. Many people will FOMO enter it. I'm not entering it. And then there was a retracement, 10% retracement, and that is the exact retracement I wanted. Monthly time frame, if you see, this is a very strong resistance. Now at this area the market closed, and once it also touched this area, if you go to the daily time frame, even on the weekly time frame, if you're making a position on this weekly closing, okay, that is coming out to be 10.9%, and a stop loss, genuine stop loss, keeping below this area, because if the stock starts moving towards the downside, it can fill this gap. That is my overall thought process. So 13% is risk you are risking, 10% you are taking. So that is a poor risk to reward ratio. And if you keep at least 1:1, it is coming out much percentage, at least 4% above your first target. So are you willing to take that risk? Okay, this is again predicting the markets. So I'm not going to predict the market at all. Rather, I'm going to wait. So I waited for this particular area, this candle entry. No, this was not my entry. I entered on the next day. Why? Because whenever there is a strong, huge wick rejection in the markets, there is always a chance to create a red candle. Because if you see the price action on the intraday basis, it would be something like this, zooming back down, zooming back up, and then the next day again it can just retrace back to these support zones only to push back up. So I was waiting for this type of candle formation, or maybe somewhere where the market is going to sustain above it, right? But if the stock starts moving towards the downside, then it will be a kind of this. If the markets move like this is where the markets keep on pushing towards the downside. Okay, and this is extremely bad price action. So that is what was on my mind. On the intraday, moves down, comes back up to give this wick rejection, right? And if on the intraday, if this happened, right, so it will be extremely bad for me. So I was waiting for the price to stay there for the whole day. So once that is done, that is where I entered, keeping a stop loss just below this area, again the same 7% stop loss, and I went with the first initial quantity. Now I wanted the stock to give me some consolidation at this area and a breakout of that consolidation. Once that consolidation gets a breakout, I will enter more in this particular trade, because the recent resistance is extremely near. right? And the stock has almost came to that resistance area and got rejected. Maybe there are more resistance in the back that I'm not able to identify in this area, and the trade is already done and dusted. That could also be the case. So that's why I always go, and the volatility, as I told you, a lot of news, a lot of volatility is there, so I go with initial quantity only, the first quantity. And the same thing, if it moves down, I will take the stop loss. If it goes in the consolidation phase and gives me a breakout, maybe more into that particular trade, and if it directly moves up higher and higher, I will book that particular trade directly. So initially this was my 1:1 risk reward ratio, but I am not going to take 1:1. I'm going to take 1:2, which is coming out now exactly at that area, 16%. That is the weekly resistance that I made. So if the stock comes to the 1:1, okay, now I'm not going to touch the trade. Let's see if it moves down. I'm not going to do anything. Okay, this is what I'm thinking, or whatever happens, I'm going to accept it. No prediction. A solid sideways momentum, but still, even after so much of consolidation, this particular area, the markets were not able to break this particular area, the white area that I'm going to make. There is this candle, and I added some quantity in FOMO. I will tell you this because I'm completely transparent. I'm telling you my journey here, and everything, every single small tidbit matters. So the 1 lakh quantity I entered somewhere around this area, but when this candle was being made, I can see there were multiple wicks being made. So I added 50k, around 50k in this moving wick, which is a mistake. Never add in the moving candle. That is a very big lesson. Although in the past I've talked about it in my previous videos, but still this particular thing is valid. I made the mistake because I thought that I never entered in this moving candle. I never entered in this moving candle. Now, high chances it might just take this to the boom side, and I might add some more quantity. So definitely I added some more quantity, making my entry a bit higher because it was only 50k. My major entry was done at this area. So now it was 8.6 or something like that percentage with 1.5 lakhs deployed or something. And this was my risk to reward ratio 1:2. Now 1:2 was not my risk to reward ratio, it was 1:1.7. Now that was coming out to be 1, 2, 3. Third day it hits my stop loss, and now what I will do, will I be thinking about let's see tomorrow, etc, etc? No, I'm going to exit my trade. Simply exited the trade at this particular candle, right? Because there was always a fear of this gap fill. Now many people will argue that if there is such huge gaps, the market will fill them. You cannot predict the markets. See, this is pure data. If the markets came back to this area and rejecting the gap already with such strong pin bar and sustaining some days there, high chances that the market will make a new high. Before, later, maybe in the future, it might just fill the gap when the markets are bearish. But this happened because the overall uncertainty in the markets became so high, the market sentiments were weak at this area, and definitely I hit the stop loss. But if you see, the stop loss is almost 12,000, 15,000 rupees, but the target that I booked is almost 45,000 rupees. Kind of breakdown that I'm doing for you, minute by minute type of candle, day by day, week by week, month by month, and every single thing that I did in that particular trade, good, wrong, profit and loss, everything. I do not think any other swing trader out there would be doing this. Only thing that I request you guys, make sure you share this video, make sure you subscribe this channel so that I stay motivated to make more videos like this video. We are aiming for 50 likes only for this video. Importantly, my book Trading is an Emotion. This is a book for you. This book is telling my journey. Make sure you go to Amazon. The link is in the description box, comment section pinned. Get this book right now. And on that note, let's end this video. We'll see you in the next video with much better content, following the risk management rules, and you will be a profitable trader.